Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is YouTube Can Be Great. On today's review, we have Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 30, or some might say Season 603, Episode 10, depending on how you look at it. I'm officially in a cast because of this whole carpal tunnel thing that happened to my wrist. I'm working at it as far as writing and stuff like that, taking notes. So if I a little messed up, like I said in my last review, just be patient with me. So let's get into it. So we have Titi and Sean on the beach after the wedding. After that wedding that we thought there was going to be a storm going on with their wedding. They're on the beach. They're cute as ever. I like Sean with Titi because of how he compliments her. But what I did notice is that wagon that he was talking about when she was walking around with that bathing suit that looked like she didn't even have a baby. My stomach doesn't even look like that right now. Okay, my stomach is still in the process of coming back together. I still have my booty still dunked there, but it also affected my thighs, my waist, my hips, my arms. I got cellulite in places I didn't have cellulite before. My skin complexion is darker in some areas. Shit, I'm going through it. Titi, you can't see a single blemish. The girl is beautiful. But she got her little wagon down there, her little donk, nice legs. They're on the beach, they're talking. And then Sean brings up the situation between Pep and Titi, basically saying that he, in a way, is trying to get Titi to stop being stubborn. But it's not just stubbornness that Titi is causing Titi to have such a strong no against Pep and Egypt. It's also the fact that Titi's the type of person that when she has done so much for someone, or when she loves someone, she loves them hard. And when they hurt her, it's just as hard. And it makes it harder for them to go ahead and forgive that person. I have those same traits because I put my all in everything that I do for the people that I love. I give them everything that I have. So when the pain comes to where I'm just like, I'm not going to try to be vindictive. I'm not going to be malicious. I'm not going to be mean. But when I say the door is closed, it's closed. I can say hello to you. I can be in the same room as you, but you will be non-existent to me. Nothing about your life would affect me. I wish you all the best, and I would love you from a distance. TT should not take that role with her own family because Egypt is still young and immature, and she has Sam influencing her ass, as dumb as he is, as now as they're fucking married. That stupid ass shit. I don't know who the hell tolerated that bullshit. You got Pep and her father standing right next to that BS of her marrying somebody that's on his way to the pen. No, ma'am. But TT can see the ways that Egypt has fallen being with Sam, and I think it hurts her more than anything that they don't trust her enough, and they allowed Sam's ass to come into the family with all this mess that he didn't cause. I mean, Tyran said it clearly. He said, I'm a little bit still skeptical of Sam because he came into my family and caused so many fucking issues. Meanwhile, you got Chris on the other hand, who gave Brianna advice in later episodes to just tolerate his ass, because that's what most of the family members are doing for Egypt's sake, tolerating his fucking ass. So TT is now more open to discussing with Pep. Since Pep took the time to send that text message that was probably written by somebody else, she took the time to basically open up that window, and that was an olive branch that she extended. So Sean is now encouraging his wife now to go ahead and accept that olive branch and keep pushing. By the way, my edges are the way it is because my hair is due for a redo, and my hairdresser is not ready till Sunday, so you just gotta have to take me as I am, as cute as I am, and so on and so forth. But let's get into it. So we have Brianna and Chris Denton now in the house, because he's about to go ahead and flip and rub that puss down. But before they do, he's showing her his Jamaican skills and how he knows how to burn in the kitchen, as well as he's gonna burn in the bedroom once he's done. So he's done cooking and he gives her a taste, and I'm just so jealous. Chris is a handsome looking guy. He looks like a person who knows he's a man. He's strong in his resolve, and he probably can handle Brianna in every aspect of her, because Brianna has another side of her. When she gets pissed off, she turns into something you don't even want to see. She turns into a damn Hulk. She goes crazy as hell, and she starts screaming belligerently hell. We don't even know if she's even coherent at that point. So I'm hoping that Chris is strong enough in his manhood to be able to handle all that ass. Brianna is naturally beautiful, but she's also naturally strong, and her life experiences makes her as thick-skinned as she is, and how she handles herself. She made that clear after the whole incident with the law enforcement officers breaking into her house in front of her son, and how she broke down about her life experiences. You can tell that girl's been through a lot, and she's learned not to give a fuck. She shows up to rehearsals wearing sweats. She shows up to parties wearing sweats. She ain't gonna disturb her peace. And she's more of incense, candlelight. Let me make my life a little bit more peaceful. But if I have to go there and go to the other side of me, I'm gonna fuck somebody up. That's the type of personality she has. I don't know why the fuck Pep went on Instagram talking about Egypt showed her who she was and how to beat her ass. When I'm thinking to myself, Pep, Brianna's looking at Egypt like she was a child. Brianna would have socked that girl one good time. She would have flew across the table and landed somewhere else. She was being kind and respecting her relationship with Titi by not touching Brianna in the first place. She has some sense. So I hope that her and Chris, as cute as they are, I hope it works out, because as much as Chris can cook, which is nice to have a man can cook, because my man sure won't go to the damn kitchen no matter how hard I try to get his ass to do so. He might do it once in a while as a gift, but he's not going to do that shit regularly. Chris looked like he can regularly burn, okay? And then on top of that, Brianna is enjoying his cooking, and she's going to enjoy sitting on his face as soon as they're done, and I can't wait. So, but Chris also invites her to their grandmother's 94th birthday party, and he wanted to make sure that she's able to handle herself in the environment with Pep and the rest of the family, considering that the last time that she was around Pep, there was a huge issue. Pep tends to defend Egypt's foolishness because she's her mom. She doesn't want to hurt her daughter. She loves her daughter, but she's loving her daughter at her daughter's expense. So when Brianna came in with some facts about Sam and his finances and his baby mama issue and some things that were brought to her through the grapevine, it became an issue. So would Brianna be able to sit in this environment and be able to, handle herself? Would it be a mess? Chris is a mature man, because Brianna said that she don't give a fuck about Sam and she would care not to be around him. But that's when he told her to learn to tolerate people even if you don't like them. And also the issue with you and Pep is easy. You can fix that shit because Sam is not around. When Sam's around, shit goes awry. But when he's not there, people are able to express themselves confidently and be able to resolve things. He's the common denominator in all this crazy ass shit that's going on within their family and all this animosity that's being spread around. That's just what it is. And when somebody comes into your life, I'm not saying Sam is a horrible person, but he may not be her person because he's not fitting into this dynamic and he's coming in causing issues as opposed to making peace. That's how he came in, trying to force himself into what he thought was going to be part of his legacy. That's what it is. What he thought was going to get him on TV, what he thought was going to make him money. OnlyFans was the next thing he chose to do when he thought TV wasn't going to work for him. His music career isn't going. I think maybe he had 5 views or 5 people that listen to him. Ain't no way that shit's going platinum. It's still stuck on the aluminum side. I mean, that shit ain't going to leave there, okay? Just put some foil on it and put it on the shelf. But we have the next scene with Jojo and Tanis. Jojo and Tanis have been having issues with their marriage. They've been kind of distant since the baby's been born, which tends to happen in a marriage. I know that in a marriage, when generally, from what I experienced, when pregnancy gets involved, there's a lot that comes along with it. And sometimes it's hard to articulate for the woman to the man who himself has never experienced having a child or what comes along with it. Because I went through everything you could think of. I had diabetes. I had this ligament stretches. At some point, I couldn't even stand up straight. I had to use a walker. I was in and out of delivery, whatever, the Kaiser Delivery Center, just to, I thought I was going to go into early delivery. At some point, I was getting up in the middle of the night and I was throwing up on the carpet. I was having I had high anxiety about what was going to happen to my child. I have fibroids to go along with it. I was making more fibroids because of the estrogen that was going on through my body. If I wasn't too weak, I had swollen feet just by getting up and standing. My arms were swollen. My feet were swollen. My husband was trying to massage it through the night. There was so much liquid compiling in my feet that I would be crying at times. Like, it was so much pain when he would sit there trying to squeeze the liquid out and kind of spread it apart. I was giving my money to a bunch of masseuses to help massage some of that areas because the pain was so unbearable. It was a lot of stuff that I was going through. And in the meantime, a lot of men would only think about when they're going to have sex, when they're going to get some. They're not able to fathom that with this situation going on in my body, everything that's happening, my baby being low in the stomach, I can't do all the stuff that I was able to do for you. I couldn't even breathe. And the motherfucker was trying to get me to do other stuff to help relieve his stress. And a part of you in a marriage is that you would hope that the person that you're with, which Jojo and Tanis would have experienced, is that person would be able to understand that you are carrying their child in their stomach for a period of 8 and something months. It's not like you're oblivious to the fact that they want some attention, they want some love, they want some physical loving. It's not that. It's more so that we were hoping that you would be so patient with and so understanding, because this is not something that we can control, and because you did put this baby inside our body, that you'd be conscious enough not to do something that's horrendous. And when the baby comes out, you give our body time, because once the baby comes out after those 8.5, 9 months, or some people not more months, you still got to, now your body got to adjust. You got all these extra weight, all this water weight you didn't gain. Your clothes don't fit. You got stretch marks in places you never thought you'd have stretch marks in. Your skin complexion, in my case, is darker in some places than it was before. It's so uneven. You don't know if you're still attractive to that person. You're trying to figure out the fastest way to lose all this freaking weight. And then there's a postpartum that comes along with it. And then you now have to be good in your mindset to be able to still parent this newborn baby. Plus you don't have enough sleep. All of that contributes to a recipe of disaster. Now, Jojo is trying I'm happy that he was able to take her out to dinner, and he was able to express to her he didn't just take her out to dinner, he listened to her, and finally she was able to open up and say, you know what, I have been depressed. I've been going through a lot. I haven't really been there for you because all the stuff that's going on since I had this baby. I'm not comfortable in myself, and I think that that's affecting the way I'm approaching you. And I'm glad that you as my husband was able to put my feelings first and stand by me instead of doing something stupid. So I was very happy to see them kind of come together. I said in my last review that I think that they can make this work. There's still love there. Both of them are a product of a divorce, so they know what it's like, the bad side. So come and make sure you keep the good side with these 2 kids y'all didn't have. So after the dinner, they went back to the room. You saw Jojo had done his romantic side. He had roses leading to the bathtub, had a bath all ready for her, had roses leading to the bathtub because he wanted to get some that night. And if I was her, I would give him all the love that he needed because he did a very good job. And it looks like she did. So I was very happy for them. And I hope they don't make another baby right now in that bathtub, because the shit I would do, I'll probably get pregnant again. Anyway, so let's get to the next scene. We got Maureen, TT, and Pep finally meeting up for the first time in a long time without Egypt and without Sam's messiness. And it seems like, again, I told you, when Sam's not present, things can go smoothly. People can have intelligent conversations and shit doesn't go awry when Sam is not attached to Egypt. I promise you that if Egypt was in this room and Sam was nowhere to be found, it wasn't that whole situation that they happened last time where TT came in guns blazing because Sean was brought in with that cheating allegation, they would be able to communicate and probably make peace a lot better than what they were able to do before. But one of the issues that we didn't learn is that Egypt doesn't know her place when it comes to her, I guess it's a hierarchy. Maureen is her aunt. Pep is TT's aunt. There are certain things that your ass can't do. And it seems like Egypt has said something disrespectful to Maureen via WhatsApp message, and that's something that came up. But before that happened, TT wanted to address Pep and make sure that Pep is able to go home, and when she speaks to Egypt, her child, that she's going to now hold her accountable. Egypt is Pep's only daughter from what they've shown on TV. I don't know if there's any long lost daughter we don't know about, but it seems like she has spoiled Egypt over the years because she felt guilty of all the times that she was on the road. She's a musician. She probably was missed certain things as a parent, being that this is the life that she chose. So out of guilt, she just enabled every little thing that she did and didn't really check her when she did something wrong. She tried to put that on Maureen. Maureen said, hell no, I'm not one of those parents. When TT does something wrong, I'm gonna tell her your ass is wrong. And the way that Egypt behaves, she's a rude and out of line. That's how Jamaicans say it, baby. When they say you're rude and out of line, it's like saying this girl is a bitch and needs to be checked and needs to have her ass beat, all that stuff. But it's a nice, respectful way of saying it. Because my sister is engaged to a Jamaican person. When you say that because you mean business. You're rude and out of line. It's like Africans saying something like, instead of cussing you out, they'd be like, you need to respect yourself. Now, when somebody tells you to respect yourself, that means they're telling you don't have the respect for yourself. That means that you are doing something extremely crazy. Somebody says you need to respect yourself, like for real. It's another way of insulting you. I'd rather somebody call me an asshole than tell me I'm rude and out of line, or tell me I need to respect myself. That is like a whole level of, ouch, my soul. Like it hits me harder than you just telling me to shut the hell up or shut the fuck up. Like I would take it differently because the wording and the way that it's described, it just makes you feel some type of way. And it seems like when Maureen said that to Pep took 2 steps back and thought about it. Your daughter is rude and out of line. You need to go home and check her. Now, in the confessional, Pep was saying something like, Maureen has sent her and Egypt a WhatsApp message, basically scolding Egypt because Egypt has spent the last season telling us that TT tried to ruin her reputation. She stole her life. She wants to be like her. She's the queen. God blessed her to come out of this body and she's going to be amazing. All these insecure things that I don't know where she got that from. And then she even blamed TT for things that people were telling her on social media. She said, TT, you're the reason why people don't like me. The fuck? So Maureen, I can see her sending a message to Egypt, because Pepper didn't say shit when that shit was going on. She just sat there and looked at Egypt like this. Like I would be doing. Like, what are you talking about? This is not what we're trying to talk about. We're trying to talk about y'all fixing things. Where did all this shit comes from? And she was like, I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I have so much to say. And I was just like, the victim? Girl, Sam is what makes you a victim. Of course, you're his victim, but you ain't nobody else's victim aside from him. But we're sitting up there, and that was what happened, and Pep did not check her or try to fix things. Instead, Pep, if y'all remember, was like, TT was like, say a lie, say one lie, because y'all lying, and brought the other Aunt Dawn into it. Pep was like, do you want to go there? Do you want to go there? Do you want to go there? Are you ready? And said nothing worth a damn. And we found out that all that Dom coming up here saying Sean cheating was a whole lot of bullshit, because TT and Sean barely knew each other when they were claiming he cheated. Like, it was just a whole mess. And Pep did not behave like an aunt should behave. And when Sam started putting shit in Egypt's head, talking about TT's in love with me, Egypt pulled that bullshit to her mom, and Pep treated TT like she wasn't part of the family and embraced Sam as if Sam was somebody to be embraced in the family. It was a mess. Tretch is gradually distancing himself from Sam because he's starting to see the shit that we've been talking about. I don't know why they just allowed him to get married. Maybe he's still doing what Chris told Brianna to do. They're still tolerating his ass, okay, until Egypt makes a decision. I guarantee you, when Egypt says, Dad, I don't want to be with this person no more, everybody will be off Sam's ass. As soon as Egypt says, I'm done, I'm not in love with you no more, that'll be it. But she had to get to that point. She does. She has to get to the point where she's had enough. She's still in her foolery stage. Then we get to Maureen now disclosing to Pep, once they found a way to make peace, that TT did want Pep to be at her wedding. She did miss her there, and in general, she misses their relationship as a family because they were pretty close. I mean, TT used to take care of Egypt as a kid, and you know, Egypt looked at her as a person of advice. And previous seasons we saw, you know, Egypt used to go to her a lot and talk to her, and TT would give her what I consider to be very good, caring advice as somebody who loves you gives you. It wasn't until Sam started doing the whole pillow talking, when somebody's dick is in you when you're young and you're immature and you ain't experienced a lot of penises out there, or you didn't know that there are other people out there that this penis is replaceable and you can teach somebody else's dick to do what this dick is doing. Until you get to that point, you will be digmatized and you will listen to whatever the hell it is that person is saying. To Egypt, Sam might be the best she's ever had, but she ain't never met most people. Because I know that Sam, I'm just saying I know because I've never slept with the man, but I'm saying in her mind, as young as she is, she probably thinks that Sam is the best thing in the world, and you cannot compete with pillow talk. What that man says to her in the midst of him pumping it out of her, it sinks in, because he probably telling her how much he loves her and how much he loves that puss while he's in there, how all this other stuff, he's probably telling her, I want you to have my baby. I mean, all the stuff that people say when you're young and they're trying to get you to really like fall in love with them, all the shit that used to make us go crazy when we were that young. Hell, I'm over 30. You can't make me feel that. But when you were in your early 20s, all that shit they used to tell you, they used to make you walk around and this motherfucker may be cheating on you and you wouldn't even know, or when you do know, you just like block it and have this blinder in your mind, like, you know, I'm just the main chick, she's the side chick. All these other delusional things you tell yourself in your head when you're young and you really don't know what it's like, and you have to wait till you have your first heartbreak to really experience what it's like to open your eyes and really be woke, okay? So you can see someone for who they are. Egypt has not gotten to that point yet. So we're going to let her go through her life stages. She's young. Then we get to Lil Twist and his ghetto date with his girl. Lil Twist is cute. I'm glad that he finally has a girl. And she's a cute girl. You know, I think that he and her make a good, you know, she's tiny, he's tiny. You know, Lil Twist seems a little, you know, he's a little quirky in his ways. You know, a little, you know, he's a little out there with the stuff that he does. And I think that she fits him. From what I see so far, she compliments him well. I don't know if this will lead to marriage, but I do know that Lil Twist date where he got this Pinot Grigio, okay, wine, saying that this is their favorite wine. I try that shit. I use it to cook Italian food. I don't drink it as my wine. I drink more Roscato, Stella Rosa. I like sweet wines. Roscato, Stella Rosa. I might do, what else? What are the only two I can think of? I might do like champagne, but like mimosa style. You know what I'm saying? Not Pinot Grigio. I'm not doing that. I'm using that to cook. Okay, that's what I do. But that's the drink that they use. And this cute, watching him, he got his chicken out there. He has his grapes like that. It was adorable to see Twist in this atmosphere. He looks happy, and I'm proud of him being happy. It was just funny to see that shit. Then we got the little fillers that they put in there with Eazy-E's wife and the kids. As beautiful as it is to see a black family thriving, I just think that for the drama case of reality TV, that was just nothing I need to see. Sequoia's ass made a pop-up with Bone Thugs and Harmony and all of and them discussing that little dynamic between Eazy and how the history goes and stuff like that. But Sequoia gets put in the place where she meets all these dudes. I don't even know why that shit was even played in, other than to have that conversation with Eazy, where she now goes back to talking about Savannah and what's her name? See, she's not even memorable to me. I don't even remember her name. The one that looks handsome, where she got a body, but she handsome too. Now I call her handsome because I don't like how she handled herself with Sequoia and how she tried to beat up Sequoia for something that ain't got nothing to do with her, and then try to use colorism as a reason for her to do the stupid shit that she did. That was the only reason for that scene. Then we get to the final scene that I'm getting to, Gam Gam's 94th birthday party. Gam Gam is a cute Gam Gam. She don't even tell that she's 94 years old, okay? But they're having her little birthday party. The family comes there, and Brianna shows up with her new boo, Chris, in tow. Brianna, of course, has the biggest cheesy smile on her face because he didn't rub the down, tap that ass, and she definitely got to sit on his face. I can tell. Then TT's talking to him and talking to her, and all she's doing is smiling with her little freckles, as cute as she is, because she knows she's on cloud nine. I don't know what he did to her, but he probably tore that ass up. I hope that her son did not hear whatever trauma that he was doing to that puss, for real, because he looked like he can rub it down. As calm as he is, as smooth as he talks, as calm as his composure, you know he's a freak. I'm sorry. That's my assessment. Guys who are not loud like Sam, guys who are not rowdy like Sam, who don't make themselves known, who not try to seek attention, who kind of move in a little bit of a swag, smooth sense, they know what they're doing. They do. And Brianna, the way that she's smiling, she knows he know what he's doing. I mean, they really got it in. So Brianna and Chris are in front of TT, and TT is looking at Brianna, and she's like, so this is a thing. I'm like, yes, girl, heap on that thing and that thing, okay? But TT is happy for them. She is having a hard time recognizing this very smitten version of Brianna that I'm enjoying while watching. And then they have to now go in and face Pep, because Pep and Brianna have to squash things, seeing that Chris says that was going to be his woman. She's going to possibly miss Denton soon. So Chris goes in, and you already see Pep's face. She looks like Pep's face is one of those faces that tell you, like, you don't even have to say nothing. You know, you just see it in her eyes. Like, as soon as Brianna walked in, she was, this bitch at my 94th grandma's birthday party. The fuck? Why? But Brianna walked in with Chris in her tow. She's massaging his hand to let everybody know that he's hers and she's his. And they decide that they want to have Pep and Brianna have a conversation to squash stuff. Brianna makes it very clear to Pep that I don't know why we had beef. We didn't have beef. My beef was with Sam. I didn't have any issues with Egypt. I didn't have any issues with, I just have beef with that motherfucker because everybody else had beef with him. Like, he's just crazy. But Pep decided to kind of like ask very inappropriate questions that ain't got nothing to do with what they were talking about. She said, so did you guys do it yet? Pep is such a child. Why would that be any of your business? But she put it in the form of, well, you guys aren't serious until y'all are fucked, basically. Is that how you determine a serious relationship, is when they have sex? Because I know a lot of people that have one night stands. They ain't serious. Like Pep, I don't understand why you would even jump to that conclusion. He's your nephew. Why would you want to know who he's fucking? Just take the fact that he came in with her and he has her, you know, his hand around her, that's a telltale sign that they're supposed to be together. But why would you ask that? Brianna did not answer that question like I would, but Chris said, yup, I didn't tap that ass. And I guess Pep was like, wow, I guess since, you know, she didn't spread her legs for you, then I'm gonna take it seriously. It's just the things that Pep said sometimes makes you think she's dumb. Okay, Pep is beautiful in face with some of the work that she done got done. But girl, she's a little ditzy. Then her and Brianna squash stuff. They give each other what essentially is a peacemaking hug or handshake, whatever they did, toast. And the next scene that I wanted to acknowledge is Egypt wasn't able to be present at the 94th Gammy's birthday party because she was not vaccinated. However, they had her on video to be able to, you know, as part of the party. And every time that she spoke, TT walked away. By the end of the show, her eyes were red, like she'd been crying. This is what I said before. When somebody hurts like TT, they hurt hard. And Egypt, right now that she's still smitten with Sam, is not able to fathom just how much pain she caused or how much hurt she caused. I know people are out there, some people online are saying, well, TT shouldn't have talked about this and TT shouldn't have done that. TT behaved exactly like anybody that cared about somebody would behave. You tell me that my sister or my cousin, who comes from a wealthy family, who comes from a self-made family, is dating a guy who has baby mamas, who's broke, who behaves the way that Sam does, who's not humble, who comes into a family forcing himself on people, not giving them the opportunity to get to know him or to even learn to like him, with somebody who's as vulnerable and as very impressionable and who seems to be unbelievably kind like Egypt is, I'm going to have the same reaction. So I'm going to say the same thing and you might not like it. And then Sam made it worse by planting all the seeds, like TT wants me, she's looking at me. With Egypt still in love with him and falling in love with her first time, it's gonna make her look at her cousin some type of way. Why would you sow that kind of evil wickedness between two people who are blood related? Sam is somebody that I don't think should be part of this family because of all the stuff that he's already done. You just can't undo those things, because look at the relationship that has lasted for over a decade. You soured in a matter of months. So you can see the pain in TT's eyes as that's going on. I do hope that they find a way to make peace even with this asshole in play. Please find a way to make peace, because y'all are blood and y'all had a good relationship prior to his existence. That's how I would love to see things, but it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse with time, because the next episode we see, Egypt is talking to Sam about wanting to marry him, and now he's going to have to go to church after he's still waiting for his case to be completed to go and ask for Egypt's hand. Lord, fix it, Jesus. It's too much. It's too much. And I'm just watching. I'm not even part of their family. I'm already feeling it. Okay. So I can see how I know that they're already legally married. So we just seen the process of what has occurred before they walk down that Vegas line with Elvis as their pastor. Oh, it was just so stupid. Anyway, that was this episode. I'm so happy. You guys go ahead and click on my description box. There is a link to my new channel. I have not posted a video to that one yet. I just wanted to make sure I built the channel a little bit and also have the time to really make the video, but it's going to be based on truth. It's going to be more like informational channel. It's not going to be this reality TV stuff. It's more me reading you, telling you what's happening out there in the world with facts. We can talk about what's going on with Ukraine and Russia in a good way. If we can't even talk about it in a good way, we can talk about all the stuff that's happening around the world, FGM, things that people don't normally know of, we can discuss on that channel, and I'll take ideas on what we should talk about and stuff like that. So go ahead and click on the link, subscribe, and just look out for those videos as they come, okay? I'll try to do one hopefully starting by April or at the end of this month. I'm gonna go ahead and post the videos on those channels. It's not reality based, so make sure that you're prepared to start really learning some serious things. It's basically informational. Some things y'all might know, some things y'all might not. Just, you can learn something. We can learn something with each other. Anyway, thank you for watching. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.